Ukrainian aircraft probe Vladimir Tatarenko, announcing a passenger aircraft with a structure that separates the cabin from the aircraft in an emergency. It was January 2016 that surprised the media around the world. The probability of encountering a plane crash is said to be extremely low. There is no doubt that once it happens, it will cause enormous damage. Here are 5 incredible accidents that happened to an aircraft in flight. British Airways Flight 5390. British Airways Flight 5390 in June 1990. During the flight from Birmingham, England to Spain, Malaga. Suddenly, I was hit by an accident in which the cockpit was blown away with the sound of an explosion. The windshield of the cockpit disappeared, and the captain's upper body jumped out of the window in an instant. The aircraft plummeted at 24 meters per second while the autopilot and radio functions stopped. The captain, who was thrown out of the aircraft and had his face slammed against the aircraft many times. Due to the desperate efforts of the flight attendants, he was pulled back into the cabin. Everyone was desperate for his survival. The captain, who was thrown out of the aircraft and had his face slammed against the aircraft many times. It was later discovered that the cause of the accident was that the screws used to replace the window panes the day before were too small. Miraculously, no one was killed in the accident. Itavia Flight 870. In June 1980, Itavia Flight 870, which was flying over Sicily and Ustica, suddenly exploded in the air. There is a crash. The aircraft was disassembled in the air due to the explosion, killing all 81 passengers and crew members. After that, it turned out that the explosion occurred near the toilet at the rear of the aircraft. The theory of sabotage by terrorists and the theory of shooting down by missiles have emerged. However, during the investigation, the document containing the details of the accident disappeared, etc. The cause of the accident is believed to have been concealed by the Italian government. The cause of the accident, called the Ustica massacre and the biggest mystery in Alitalia history, remains a mystery. British Airways Flight 009. British Airways Flight 009 flies from London, England to Perth, Australia in June 1982. The aircraft, which carried a total of 263 crew members and passengers. While flying over Java Island, I was hit by an emergency situation in which all 4 engines suddenly stopped in quick succession. As the aircraft that lost output continued to lower its altitude, the captains did their best to restart the engine. Succeeded in restarting safely 15 minutes after the engine stopped. The aircraft then made an emergency landing at Jakarta International Airport. Subsequent investigations revealed that the cause was a blockage of volcanic ash sucked into the engine. No one was killed or injured in this accident. Uberlingen mid-air collision. However, 7 seconds later, the tower, which sensed the danger of a collision between the 2 aircraft, gave the Başakşehir aircraft an instruction opposite to TCAS. In July 2002, BAL Bashkirian Airlines Flight 2937, which was flying from Moscow to Spain. 50 seconds before the collision, the aerial collision avoidance systems of both. There was a tragic accident in which he collided with DHL 611 in the air. He ordered the Başakşehir aircraft to go up and the DHL 611 flight to go down. As a result, the Başakşehir aircraft decided to descend, and the wings of flight DHL 611 collided in the form of tearing through the fuselage of the Başakşehir aircraft. The Başakşehir plane split into 4 in the air, and flight DHL 611 went out of control and crashed. The accident killed all 71 crew members and passengers on both aircraft. Egyptair Flight 990. In October 1999, an aircraft accident occurred that killed all 217 crew members and passengers. He left Los Angeles and continued to fly smoothly to Cairo, Egypt. Egyptair Flight 990 suddenly begins to dive. The aircraft was severely damaged, such as the engine falling off due to the influence of atmospheric pressure. At the end, it crashed in the form of being struck by the Atlantic Ocean. The US side caused the accident. It was concluded that one pilot, Gamal El Batouti, intentionally crashed the aircraft. However, the Egyptian side has consistently denied Batouti's crimes. It was concluded that one pilot, Gamal El Batouti, intentionally crashed the aircraft. Egyptair Flight 990.